What is good, H0rr0rr? This is your boy H0rr0rgamer back with another video for you. And today's video, as you can tell in the title, is another true ghost story with H0rr0rgamer. And this ghost story I have for you is it's a doozy. This one happened to me at my cousin's house, well, her apartment, when I was younger. And so see, my cousin, God rest her soul, she has since passed. Me and her were very close when I was growing up. I would always, go over and hang out with her, sleep over. We would watch movies and just have a good time, A lot of my horror movie watching also came with my cousin. It was me and her, me and my dad. We were always watching horror movies. And so this happened, I'd have to say I was about 13 or 14. I went to go sleep over her house. We were going to watch movies and stuff, and she had just recently had a baby with her boyfriend. And so I kind of went over there to, help her out, you know what I'm saying, to, if she needed anything or, take care of the place a little bit. And the previous residents of this apartment, the woman had passed away in the apartment. And that's why my cousin got the apartment so cheap. And so we didn't know why until later we found out, because I actually know the guy personally whose mom passed away in that apartment. So anyway, one night we were just sitting there, we were watching movies, and before I get to this part, you could tell the house was the apartment was haunted as soon as you walked in. You had this really heavy feeling, you would walk in the apartment, you'd have this heavy feeling like something weighing you down. But then when you walked out of I got chills just talking about it. When you would walk out of the apartment, it felt like it was lifted. Whatever was on your shoulders was lifted. So, there'd be times where we would go over and the water faucet would turn on by itself. Nobody in the kitchen. Or, like I said, one night I was there and the lights were flickering on and off. The actual switch was going up and down, not just flickering on and off. The actual switch was clicking. You could hear it clicking. That was pretty creepy. Doors slamming in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep. Shit like that, you know what I mean? Those kind of things. And it was very, sorry. It was very, constant. It wasn't a little bit here, a little bit there. I would go over a lot because she lived right near me, and it seemed like every day something was happening, whether it was a light switch turning on and off, the faucet turning on, a door slamming, shit like that. And one night, I'll never forget this as long as I live, because this, I'm getting, here it is, the teariness again. I get a little, I'll never forget this as long as I live, because it was, besides the woman in black, this is probably one of the most craziest, freakiest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, the woman who lived in the house previous, who passed away, could not stand cats. And my cousin had 2 of them. Okay? And you could tell, they could see something. I'm getting chills. You could tell that they could see something because they would and arch their back and shit at the doorway, at nothing, and hiss and just you can tell they're seeing something. And it was a constant thing. It was, and they would run, they would run and then take off. Well, one night we're sitting in the living room watching a movie. And all of a sudden we hear the cat doing this. And then it kind of did a cat scream. And it freaked us out. And then it did it again. And we walked over to see what was going on. Sorry. No bullshit, guys. It looked like... Oh man, that scared the shit out of me. Woo! It looked like something was holding on to this cat's tail. and dragging it across the kitchen floor. Like, you can see the tail in the air, and you can see the cat being pulled into the hallway on the other side of the room. Like somebody picked it up by the tail and was dragging it, and this cat's trying to get away. So my cousin and I, and there's nobody there. There's nobody there. So the scary part was my baby cousin, her daughter, was through the kitchen in the other part of the apartment in her room, sleeping in the crib. So we had to run. Like, we literally, I ran over and I grabbed the cat, and when I went to go grab it, you could feel like something was trying to pull this cat, and I grabbed the tail and yanked it, and my cousin ran into the room while this was going on and grabbed her daughter and came out, and we ran out the apartment. And as we were running out of the apartment, the fucking door behind us slammed shut. And that was one of the craziest things that had ever happened to me. And it was a good, she ended up going to her mom's, and she stayed there for a few days, and then she ended up moving out. Because, I mean, she dealt with that for a few months, but that was like the icing on the cake. That was like the culmination of like months of just haunting shits. And we didn't even go in that apartment. Like, when she was moving out, she actually had people move her out. She was so afraid to go in that apartment, and I never, and to this day, when I drive past that apartment, I look up and I just see, you know what I'm saying? Because that was one of the craziest things. Like I said, that poor cat was legit being dragged across the fucking floor, and only it could see what was doing it. Like, we couldn't see anything. I'm fighting something for this cat. Luckily, the other cat ran out behind us, so everything was out. We left everything on, TV, light, everything was left on for 2-3 days. Like, we were out. And I'll never, that's one thing, I'll never go back to that place. Nope. Not after that night. That's, your boy Horror Gamer doesn't scare very easily, but the woman in black in that apartment scared the shit out of me, and I will never step foot in that apartment again. So, alright, now that I'm completely freaked out, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I hope it didn't scare you too much. I know this one was a little bit more of a creepy one, but yeah, so that's the one too that when I think about that, I get teary-eyed and chills and shit. But alright, H0rr0rr, I love you guys. Thank you. Remember to hit that subscribe button along with that dingly ding ding button. That way, every time your boy Horror Gamer throws up one of these awesome ghost stories, or Is It Worth the Hate, or my new series, Legends of, and I got another series. First episode is tomorrow night. That is my urban legend readings. So if you want to, make sure you hit that dingly ding ding button. That way you're always in the know when I throw something up like that. So, alright, H0rr0rr, with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really love each and every one of you. And this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, until next time, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.